everybody, Brandon here, and today I'm doing something I haven't done in a very long time. I am reviewing, of course, an anime show, but this time I have a guest with me, and he is Michael. Would you introduce yourself, please?
My name is Michael. My YouTube name is Eguano, and it's happy to be here.
Yes, and he had uploaded the show I am reviewing today, but unfortunately it got removed. And so, with that, this is our review on, forgive me, I pronounced this wrong, Ginga Densetsu Weed. Is that correct?
Yes.
Oh, thank God. Now, this was an anime. Well, because you know so much about it, can you give us a little bit of backstory behind this?
Alright, this anime is a sequel to an 80 or a late 80s anime called Ginga Nagare Boshigen, which has an even longer name to pronounce. As the sequel, it takes the place of the main characters from the first anime's son, and his name is Weed. And basically, he never necessarily grows up into a dog. He's basically a late stage puppy, and he doesn't get a name from his mother, and his mother is really sick. So in the first episode, apparently he has a apparently he fights a little bit, and then his friend or his soon to be friend
GB?
yeah, GB makes friends with him and also become his caretaker when his mom's died, and this is all in the first episode, and that pretty much sets the story for the whole thing. But that's just the main thing is that a new dog, and his name is Hogan, comes and takes over the territory that Weed is living in, and um, Hogan also has Weed's father hostage, so basically is Weed gathering up all his subordinates and gathering up allies to kill Hogan in the final episode. And that's pretty much it, just gathering dogs, kind of like the first one where they gather dogs from different areas of Japan, and yep, and then they want to go kill them.
So basically, the main real point of the show is actually at first starts off with, of course, Weed looking for his father, but then moves on to find off this Hogan guy who's taken over the territory he once ruled.
Yep.
And as a first timer watching the show, I've accidentally mistaken this for another show known as Whoop's Brain, but unfortunately I reviewed that last year, and so I decided to do with this. And my opinion on the show right now is it's pretty good. I find the characters engaging, and at times it's a bit sad. What was your experience with it?
It is actually very good. I watched it when I was around about sixth grade, so I would have to say 12 years old. I watched it, and thus I hit puberty already. So I wasn't a kid when I watched it, so I wasn't freaked out. But overall, because I am an animal lover, I would have to say it was very good. The theme song was nice, and the ending theme was nice. They're both made by the same band. Even though you don't understand what they're saying. I mean, you could read the titles. Even though you don't understand what they're saying, the songs just get to you. The language barrier does not exist in songs, so that's what I love. My experience is that, oh yes, the characters were engaging. We had a major conflict. Actually, before I say that, what episode are you on?
I've only watched the first 5 episodes, I believe, and so far a lot of tragic things have happened.
Ah, yes.
I mean, I don't want to really spoil anything for the readers. I mean, the viewers. So,
Um, I'll try not to spoil it for you by saying this, but we have a major kind of a major not a climax because it wouldn't be a turning point. A major tragedy, I should say, within the group, and that's what I like about it is because there's a good balance of good and bad, and Weed. After the certain episode when this tragedy happens, Weed kind of turns into an ass because everybody kind of does not like his decision after this episode, but I don't know. He's Weed apparently. What a lot of people parody Weed for being too good, as in being very righteous and doing absolutely everything with non-violence until he, yeah. In fact, he himself does not kill Hogan. I mean, just not to ruin it. Yeah. So it kind of shows that has a very too much of a soft side, which leads people to say that the first one was better because the main character in the first one did a lot of killing, and we're hitting about 5 minutes.
all right, and I like this show because it's not afraid to pull any punches. First off, to let people out there know, like most animes, this show is definitely not. This is a very mature sort of anime. There's a lot of blood and somewhat, and some kind of horrifying things as well. And I will admit, Weed, he does seem like kind of like the good dog. He seems like at first in the first few episodes, that nothing's bad, including even at some points where he goes to like fight off a bad guy and let's just say like the bad guy dies or something, he still feels bad, like, oh my god, why'd he die, even though the fact that this guy tried to kill him.
Yep. As evident by the second episode, I believe. I think that's what you're getting at.
Yeah.
Yep.
The other characters are pretty interesting as well. I like how they brought one character from the old show, even though I've never watched it, known as Smith. He's a pretty interesting dog, I say, and pretty cool because he actually has only 3 legs, so that kind of gives him an edge. And of course, there's always some sort of comic relief or something like that, which is of course GB. Which is a very strange name, by the way.
GB came from by the way, his breed is an English setter, and GB stands for Great Britain, and there you go.
Huh.
Yep.
That makes sense.
Actually, I actually kind of figured that out by myself when I read what his breed was. Wikipedia tells you everything, but yeah. Smith actually kind of grew up a little because in the first one he was kind of like GB. GB is the new Smith because Smith was, oh my god, just always funny and comical all the time. But yeah, introducing comical characters is a need in anime, and I agree that it's very bloody. And if you do not like animal cruelty, then not suggested.
That is true, because this show only follows, the characters are all dogs, canines, which is honestly gives another point up for me because I'm a dog person. And if you don't like watching animals get hurt, especially if you're a canine lover, then yeah, this will not be the show for you.
There isn't anything too gross, such as intestine pulling, as in Feladay. Wow, Feladay really captured that.
Yeah, no, Faraday was, oh my god.
Feladay really captured the fighting and all the intestine stuff, but in Weed, oh no, I mean, the worst you're gonna get is someone's skull cracking, but then you don't see the brain. I mean, you're just gonna see slashes of blood. That's probably it, but still, it depends how much you can handle the violence and the blood.
And if you can get past that, this show, it's very interesting. It's something that I think a lot of people would enjoy, especially those who want to find a good anime out there. Of course,
Yep.
there are canine lovers out there as well.
Oh yeah, and I recommend this. If you watch Balto, All Else Go to Heaven, this is another perfect compliment. Balto
Yes,
and All Else Go to Heaven, perfect compliment to each other. Add this to it, boom, there you go.
exactly, with other shows like Wolf's Rain as well.
Wolves Rain. If you're a dog fan, but then you are also an animated lovers fan, then yes, put this down as your list to keep because it's very interesting.
hmm
And it's not too childish. I mean, because it's so mature, it's not that childish. Running at 8 minutes.
Alright then, I guess we'll just the closest down. In the end, if you want to check out a pretty good anime, definitely check out Ginga Densetsu Weed. It's very interesting, and a lot of people out there I think might like it, especially huge anime fans out there. And with that, I'd like to thank everyone for watching this review. I'd like to thank my friend Michael over here for joining me.
You are welcome.
And his channel is Eguan0. Oh, of course, I'll put his channel on the sidebar.
Yep.
And with that, I guess we'll close this down, huh?
Mm-hmm. And it's good to be here.
Yeah. And with that, we'll see you all next time.
All right.
走れ